Welcome back to The Spark, your weekly bonus episode where we spend a little more time with this week's guest. Today we're catching up with Gnome Taylor, senior creative at Grey London, who joined us on Monday to share her remarkable story, from growing up in foster care to carving out a successful career in advertising. We talked about resilience, navigating relationships, and the power of kindness and self-awareness in leadership and in life. If you haven't yet listened to that, then do go check it out. But for now, in today's bonus round, we're asking Gnome some fun and thoughtful questions like, do you have a nemesis? What's something totally irrational that gives you comfort? And what's the oldest thing you own? And why do you still have it? And you might be surprised to hear what that is. So let's find out. This season of the Creative Being podcast is brought to you by the School of Communication Arts, which has just launched its SCA online portfolio, a brand new, fully online course designed to help more people break into the creative industries. Find out more at schoolcommunicationarts.com, and to enjoy a £500 discount, use our special code BOOM500 at checkout. We're back with the lovely Gnome Taylor, who we spoke to on Monday about resilience and her creative journey and how she wants the industry to change. Gnome, thanks so much for joining us again for The Spark.
Good to be back.
As our listeners will know by now, we give you a kind of nice big list of questions that you can choose 8 from. So I'm just going to start going through each of these that you've chosen so we can get to know you a little bit more and find out more of the person you are behind the creative job title. So oh gosh, I'm looking forward to this one. What's the best lesson you've learned from someone you've worked with?
You might already know the answer, but kindness, I think it's overlooked and taken for granted so much. It's such an important trait. Like, yes, you could be an amazing person at your job and do the best work, but if you're an arsehole,
yeah,
what's the point, you know?
Yeah, where's the motivation come from? You know, why are there so many of those characters in our industry?
I know, it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's a shame that we have to remind everyone to be kind, but there you go, we said it. So what's the first thing you ever made that you were proud of?
Do you know what? I think a lot of the ideas that I haven't made are the ones I'm most proud of, because they meant a lot to me, like personally, and it just couldn't get them out because they weren't right for the brand or the charity, or there was, a barrier of cost in the way. So yeah, I'd say the stuff that I haven't made is the stuff I'm most proud of, and hopefully one day it will get made. But
do you keep them in a bank?
Yeah. Everyone's got a top drawer.
Yeah, I think so. The ideas are there. It doesn't mean just because they didn't get used this time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they won't get used again in future. So
yeah, but we just did something for Lesbian Visibility Week actually, and it was just like the most joyous campaign. And it wasn't, like shoving queerness in people's faces. It was like about the celebration of uniting people through things that are similar. So like awkward family stories, like we can all relate to that regardless of our sexuality. So it's just a very joyous and fun campaign. And client was just loved everything we did and just let us do it.
Amazing.
So that was great.
I love those kind of projects when it all comes together. Yeah.
They're really good, like filler for the day-to-day crap that you can work on sometimes.
What about when you were a kid though? Do you have anything that you made when you were a kid that you're proud of?
I can't remember. Maybe I used to do I used to always try and do my own like painting styles, so nice. I could be like a different artist to anybody else. Never worked out. But, I used to do like these pixelated faces of celebrities with like squares before like pixel art was cool.
You invented it.
But yeah, that's maybe that's another story.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Right. This is very interesting. What are you secretly really good at?
I'm really good at stuff like crypto, that sort of thing. More interestingly, I can speak like Joe Pasquale, the really high pitched voice.
Oh my gosh, you've got to do that. You've got to do an impression now.
You've got to give me something to say.
Okay. All right. We're in Napoli. We're having some pizza. What have you got to say about that?
Do you know what? I find it's so hard to do. I never do it like in front of people.
It's tough, isn't it? We had Christine Smith do an impression of a baby, a crying baby.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's insane, isn't it?
So good. She had to cover her face because she said her face just goes insane when
it's like honestly, it's hilarious because she has to like tilt her head back and then it's just weird. All right, let me. If I don't look at you, what should I say?
Ignore me. I won't look at you. I won't look at you.
All you've got to do is be kind. There we go. See, it's quite high pitch, isn't it? It's good for VOs and stuff.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah. Do you ever do any voiceovers? That should be fun.
No, because I don't really tell people that I can.
Oh, right. Okay. That. You've just told quite a few people.
I know. Crazy, huh?
Now, we all sometimes struggle to get some rest. What do you do when you can't get to sleep?
Usually audiobooks, not like majorly interesting or different, but I find they kind of switch me off from my world and put me in another.
Yeah.
And I think you don't want to go to sleep like, oh, how am I going to, sell this chocolate, and because it just keeps playing in your head. So you need something that changes your world and puts you into a world that's different.
Yeah, that makes sense. My husband does that. He just puts on a really boring podcast and nods off, puts one AirPod in his ear, and so it doesn't disturb me.
Yeah, I have mine on loud. So, but it's always like crime and thriller.
I just put a fan on.
I can't stand fans. I can't sleep with a fan on.
Can you
it
not?
Drives me mad. No,
it's the white noise.
Whir. Yeah, oh no.
And in winter, I use a sound of a fan.
Oh no, I love rain. Rain's good.
Rain.
Good
yeah. Rain. The sound of raindrops. Yeah, there's nothing more beautiful, is there, when you can't get to sleep and you've got the window wide open and it just starts chucking it down outside, and you've got that smell in the air, and it's so good.
Yes, beautiful.
Now, I'm curious about this because of everything we've discussed, especially on Monday. Do you have a nemesis?
People that just complain constantly. Like, I complain constantly. Like, not saying I hate myself, but I think it's when you complain and you don't have a solution. Because, like, rant at someone about all the issues, but then you can't complain if you don't even know how to solve it. Like, come with solutions. And I think, just hearing people rant and rant and rant, but they're not going, well, we could do this to solve it. It's not making life easier, is it? If you don't have a solution, it's just causing negativity.
Yeah.
That's how complainers. Yeah.
It's hard to sort of do that, but it is a good lesson in life, because I suppose we look at other people with the traits we recognize in ourselves, and if we see something particularly that we don't like, it's nice to sort of think, well, actually, am I guilty of doing that sometimes, and how can I make sure I improve myself, because it's a constant journey of self-improvement, isn't it, this life, if I'm going all Buddhist again, but it's true. It's we have to kind of look in the mirror, otherwise the alternative is that we're just somebody that isn't very pleasant to be around.
And I think obviously it depends what it's about. If it's just like stupid things that people constantly complain about, like that's where it niggles me. When it's like, obviously if it's personal stuff, like I'm not judging you on that, but when it's like not. Just the little things like, oh, someone's cooked something really smelly in the kitchen, do you know what I mean? That, and it's like stuff, if little things like that, and it's just all the time. It's like they have to find something to moan about.
When I was 23, I worked in an agency in Manchester, and I at lunchtime once cooked some mackerel in the microwave, I was
Oh no.
I was not very good at I was young. I was not very good at office politics. I was not very popular either that day. My goodness. It's very good for you though, mackerel. I mean,
Yeah, fish is so good for you, but it just stinks, doesn't it?
Stinks. It's not everybody's cup of tea.
No.
Right. What's something totally irrational that gives you comfort?
Even numbers.
Even numbers.
Yeah. I can't have the telly on an odd number. I can't live somewhere that's an odd number. It's quite intense. But yeah, even I'm obsessed with even numbers.
What if you find the perfect house or flat?
Well, this is the thing. We're actually me and my partner are actually in the process, hopefully, of getting somewhere, and it is number flat 13, and it's like the worst thing that could possibly happen.
Okay, don't panic. I've got an idea. You just give it a house name.
Yeah, or you add 1 and 3, and it's 4. So
yeah,
which is my lucky number. So
there you go then.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of like coping things before we move if we get it, because yeah, can't do odd.
We're human. Irrationality is our thing. So when you're packing up and everything, what's the oldest thing you own, and why do you still have it?
This is gonna sound gross, but so I have a really old pair of socks that I don't wear, covered in holes. But I love socks, so my sock drawer is like the neatest drawer in my whole flat. They're like all rolled up in like order of gradient and colour.
Nice.
And there's this one pair that's really old and I can't wear anymore. But I can't chuck them out because they'll mess up the gradient, because it's just like a perfect. Do you know what I mean? So it's
my goodness, what colour? What colour are they?
They're like a really weird, like lighty blue colour, but I can't find another pair like that exact colour.
Not colourful
and it's
standard?
really stressing me out. No, literally, I look every time I go to the shops. I'm looking, and I just can't find it. And yeah, so they're just there as, satisfaction, really.
Listeners, if you know of any light blue socks that can help Chris,
it's a very specific shade.
that can help this kind of scenario, then please do get in touch. Letters at creativeboom.com. Oh dear. So which word gets on your nerves the most?
There's quite a few, and I do them all the time. So it's like the filler words. So like basically, essentially, like, that sort of stuff. The words. Literally, I do it 24/7 all the time, and I hate it, because when you hear someone else do it, it doesn't really sound very good, and that's how you're sounding, and I'm terrible. I'm terrible at it.
It's a thing you have to train yourself to do. So like when you work in broadcast journalism, you have to really force yourself not to say and so. And the trick is to pause.
That's what everyone says, but I can't. I'm a fast talker. I don't like pausing, but I know for like when you're presenting, you should pause so people can breathe and take it in. But
it's tough.
Yeah.
And I find myself falling foul of saying those words a lot as well. But when I actually really put my mind to it, because I've, done this. Oh, I just did it. You know.
You see, it's hard. Yeah, so hard.
It is really tough. It is. You get better at it the more you practice. And don't forget, I'm doing a lot of these podcasts and recordings. And I also have a producer, so I can say, James, can you just take that word literally out? No, not that I do, but yeah, I get it. Now, every Thursday on The Spark, we have our guest from the previous week pose a question to this week's guest. And last week we had Christine Smith, who I know is a friend of yours, who also went to the School of Communication Arts. She asked the question, what would you like male role models to be more like for the next generation?
I think they need some female energy. Like, think there's a lack of empathy that only a lot of women can understand because it's genetically the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's like putting yourself in the shoes of a woman. It's a hard one. It's a really hard one because some men are really good at. I think some men are really good at empathy, and there's others that aren't. And it's just the whole societal way that men are masculine and women are sensitive and all this bullshit. And I think it's like, I'd like to see men open up more. I think it's always women that are opening up. But then they get seen as weak or sensitive. But I'd like to see men like just stop putting on this front like we're all human, because I think that will open doors because women never feel as comfortable talking to more senior male as they do a senior woman, because they feel they're going to get judged or made to be sensitive. So if we could make that change by, feeling comfortable talking to a senior male about anything, how we do that, I have no idea, but, we can dream.
Empathy, it's a fantastic trait to have. Not always something that comes natural. Now, what is your question for the next guest? Have you thought of one?
Yeah, so what's the first thing you usually think about when you wake up?
Okay, that's brilliant. We'll pitch that to the next guest next week. Thank you so much, Gnome, for joining us on The Spark. It's been really wonderful having you on the Creative Boom podcast this week. Super appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you as well for having me.
Thank you for listening to The Spark, and a huge thank you to this week's guest, Gnome Taylor, for sharing even more of her story with us. It really struck me again how resilience and kindness often go hand in hand, and how some of the toughest challenges in life can leave us more open, not closed. And I really hope you enjoyed finding out more about the person behind the brands today. Thanks also to our sponsor, the School of Communication Arts, for making this season of the Creative Boom podcast possible. Don't forget, if you want to subscribe, you can do so at creativeboom.com/podcast, or find us wherever you get your podcasts. Join us on Monday when we'll meet our next guest. And until then, have a great weekend.